In this lecture, we are going to discuss the kinds of pronoun. After watching this video, you would be able to know that what is reflexive pronoun, what is relative pronoun, and how we can use reflexive and relative pronoun in a sentence. First of all, reflexive pronoun. The word reflexive is derived from the Latin word reflection, which means that something is turned back to itself. So, a pronoun in which a person denoted by the subject and the person denoted by the object are same, that pronoun is called reflexive pronoun. Means to say that the action done by the subject returns back to itself. Suppose that I saw myself in mirror. In this sentence, the person who is doing the action is same as the person on which the action is being done. So it is an example of reflexive pronoun. Here are some more examples of reflexive pronoun in this table. We always form reflexive pronoun by adding self or selves at the end of the possessive form of personal pronoun. If you want to know more about the personal pronoun, then link is given in the description below. For example, I is a subjective pronoun. If I want to make it a reflexive pronoun, then I take its possessive form my and then add self after it, then it becomes myself. You, yourself, he, himself, she, herself, it, itself, we, ourselves, you, yourself, they, themselves. Now we are going to understand how we can use reflexive pronoun in a sentence. When the words like avail, enjoy, avenge, actuate, help came in a sentence, they always take reflexive pronoun at the end. Our first example is that the officer resigned from the post. We know that after the word resigned, we always use reflexive pronoun. Now our sentence becomes the officer resigned himself from the post. Our second example is that she absented from the college. To make this sentence correct, because absented is a word that always takes reflexive pronoun after it. She absented herself from the college. The words like dress, enlist, feel, hide, keep, wash, relax, resign, these are the words that never take reflexive pronoun after them. Means when these words are used in a sentence, after that we do not use reflexive pronoun. She dressed herself as a doctor. Because dressed is a word that never take reflexive pronoun after it, so there is no need to use reflexive pronoun there. Our second example is that Sidra made her supper herself. Sometimes reflexive pronoun act as an intensive pronoun in a sentence. Means that they intensify the meaning of the sentence. Suppose that Sidra made her supper herself. In this sentence, herself came at the last of the sentence, and our sentence is complete without this reflexive pronoun. So why we added reflexive pronoun here? Because we want to intensify our subject. That Sidra made her supper herself, no one else did it for her. Our third example is that I enlisted myself in the club. So after the word enlisted, there is no need to use the word myself, because this is a rule. We don't use myself after the word enlisted. The next type of pronoun is relative pronoun. Relative means to join something. So pronoun that are used to combine sentences or clauses together. Clauses include dependent clause and independent clause. Together is known as relative pronoun. Relative pronoun is used to introduce a relative clause, which means that a clause that starts with the relative pronoun like who, when, whose, where, and why. So these are the examples of relative pronoun. Relative clause always provide extra information, and there are two types of relative clause. It may be defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause. Defining relative clause is a clause that provide information, and non-defining relative clause provide us information that is unnecessary, that is not necessary for us in a sentence. Use of relative pronoun. We use who in a sentence when we are talking about the person in our relative clause, which is used for introducing things, that is used for people and things, where is used for places, whose is used for showing possession, when is used when we want to talk about time, means the time of day on which. Why is used for giving reasons, the reason for which something is done. Whom is used after the preposition. Most of the students mix up the use of that with which, because that is also used for things, which is also used for things, but there is a little bit difference in their use. When we want to introduce a defining relative clause, then we use that for the things, and when we want to introduce a non-defining relative clause, then we use which for things. Non-defining clause is always set off by commas, because it is not necessary in a sentence. If we remove this from the sentence, then our sentence is still complete. These are the few examples of relative pronoun. First one is I like the girl whose father died. In this sentence, whose is showing possession to the girl. Our second example is the man who helped you is my brother. We know that we use the relative pronoun who when we want to describe human being or any person. Now we use the relative pronoun who to describe the person. Our third example is that I like the book that you gave me. In this sentence, that is used for the book. Our fourth example is that she is the most beautiful girl that I ever seen. In this example, we have used the superlative degree, which is most beautiful girl, and after the superlative degree, we always use the relative pronoun that. Our fifth example is that the cat which is very old took a nap. In this sentence, we have a non-defining relative clause, which is enclosed by the commas. The cat took a nap. So we have used the relative pronoun which in this sentence. Our sixth example is that the cat that is very old needs to see the doctor. In this sentence, we have used the relative pronoun that because there is no non-defining clause in this sentence. Our sentence is complete. We want to introduce a defining clause there. Therefore, we have used the relative pronoun that. Our seventh example is the speech which I wrote were praised by all. In this example, we have used the relative pronoun which for the speech. So this is all about this lecture. If you have any question, then tell us in the comment section below.